Hello YouTube and welcome to the Forever World Nuclear Power Station. This power station runs 40 generators, which gives us a total of 100,000 megawatts, and everything is made on site, so only the materials, raw materials that need bringing in are brought in, and everything is made on site. There is still a ton of work I could do on this regarding maintenance areas, and I probably will do in the future, but it's been long enough. I've been working for a very long time on this one, and I'm ready to just get it going, I think. So, let's start at the beginning, shall we? First thing you'll notice is the road doesn't go anywhere just yet, due to, I don't know where I'm connecting all my roads and things like that, so come on bees. Yeah. So I don't know where they're connecting yet. So when I do, then I'll connect it, whether I go that way or whether I go that way, we'll see. So we have two train stations that come in, bringing all the raw materials in, and we also have this drone port. Now the drone port brings batteries and uranium. That's all the drone port does. And the road, as you come in, enters underneath it, giving you this little sort of tunnel, which I thought was quite cool. So the uranium arrives there, and the rest of the materials all arrive by two trains, which come through these little gaps here. Train just leaving there, as you can see. So the train stations are encased in a nice little building, all kitted out with some fancy lights and little barriers at the end. Also, the walkways run around, and there are walkways that take you down underneath to where the materials are being dropped off. As you can see, this floor here is where all the materials are coming in. So it's all being filtered around, and it all ends up going down this way to this huge belt bus we have hidden under the road. It takes all the raw materials down to the other end, which we'll look at shortly. Not too much more to say about the train stations. They bring the materials in, it is fed under the road and sent on its way. Some of the materials are being picked up, like over there we have plastic being made, and as you can see there's a few nodes there being used, which is being pulled in, but still all raw materials and goes under the road. So as you see, as we go down the road, we start entering the main entrance, which is down here. We've got some lights to light it up, because in the dark in this biome is very grey, black, very dark. So I've tried to add as much colour as I could. It's a bit difficult in this biome, but I think I did not a bad job at making colour in this area. As we get further down, we have a little walkway that connects the two buildings. On the left, we have what I called Sector A, materials handling. And as we come in here, you can see all the machines that's handling the raw materials, turning them into products. Here you can see ore going in and ingots coming out. I didn't want to go overboard with the decoration, but I did want to add some. Like these vats here, they don't do anything. But if you come up here, in here we have Caterium wire being made, and we also have copper sheets down this side. And if we take a left through this door and go through the other side, in this room we are purely making concrete. All this concrete is needed for the power station to run. Back out into the hallway here, if we go to the other side of this little bridge, we have access to Sector B, which is materials processing. As we come up here, there's a little waiting area just there, and then all the processed materials are made here. So you can see Caterium ingots being made on this side, and then just on the other side we're making the quick wire and AI limiters and stators. Coming to the end here, we have another corridor which gives you access to all other rooms where other parts are being made. It's really worth the explore around this building. There is so much going on. Those that are Patreons to my channel will have access to the download and can feel free to have a good wander around and have a look. So leaving Sector B now, we're going to go into Sector C, which is waste disposal. This is the little bridge walkway that goes across the road. And in here you can see this is where the waste disposal is being done. So this sector here is all about making plutonium fuel and sinking it in the awesome sink, which is just there. You can see the plutonium in there. And the sink is just behind there. So on the bottom floor in this room, you can see this is where the non-fissile is used into making plutonium pellets. And on this side, we have our acids and things like that. Coming around the other side, we have all our other little parts that are being made for the rest of the build. As you can see, there is a lot of machines here. So if we go across to that door there, that takes you into where our plutonium is being made. So as you can see on this side, we have a large logistics bus running right through the middle. And here we're making our pellets, which are then sent through across to the other side with the rest of the materials. And here's where we're making our plutonium rods. So that's the waste disposal in a nutshell, really. Let's move on to the actual core rooms. So the core rooms are in there, but first I just want to show you this road goes down to this side and gives you access to previous sectors, but it also gives you access to where the fuel's being made. This is where our uranium rods are being made here, and if you look under the glass you can see the belts that feed them out. And right at the end here you can see some of the waste and the fuel being used. So going back up here, we can go down the other side of the ramp. This is where the sulfuric acid is being made. And in the other room just here, the encased uranium cells are being made on either side. So back to the core room. Inside the first core room we have 10 cores on each side. So as you can see, they're just there in the wall, all running. And we have this room that runs to the center of the build. There's 4 of these corridors with 10 in each. That's how I get my 40. And then we have the center room, which leads you to all 4 corridors. As you can see, all the corridors are the same, except at the end they are blocked off with a window. And some are brighter than others due to biome changes. So back into the center room, as you can see, we have little walkways that go down. And underneath these walkways are maintenance access areas. So in here we can look at all the pipe work and the cores being fed, with a nice little walkway that runs all the way around it. From the center you can see there's one of those under each corridor. And then just down the bottom here we have the fuel pumps or water pumps. Pump all the water up for each corridor, for each core. There are more access areas for maintenance underneath, but these are not finished. And at the moment, just look very bare minimum. But I will come back to these at a later date, but this is where we hide all the water machines underneath. And that, for now, is the Forever World Power Station. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. If you're interested in downloading the world and having a look around, then feel free to join us on Patreon, as they get all the worlds as they come out. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.